to my existing viewers, you'll probably be looking at this video and thinking, what? This isn't making sense. And there's a method in the madness. It might be applicable to you, it might not. I'm not sure yet. But this video is another playlist that I'm putting on in addition to my other videos. So you might want to watch this and enjoy it. If it's not for you, that's fine as well. I just want to make you aware. But this is Darren here from Crazy BG Adventure. For the purpose of this video as well, I'm going to give you my full name, which is Darren Johnson. And the reason why I'm doing this video was I wrote a book about 2 years ago, and the book is on Amazon, and I don't openly promote it because it's a terrible book. It was done by a pen name as well, and I kind of did it the complete wrong way around in that I did it the way that everybody says don't do it, basically. So I wrote it, I edited it myself, and then I stuck it up on Amazon and thought, there we go, let's see what I get from it. And I think I got like one sale and nothing since. And the thing being is I've always wanted to write another one, but I just wanted to know when was going to be the time to do it. And I think now is going to be the time. So the other day while I was thinking, and I came across a video where I thought, well, what's the best way to get this book idea kind of out there, and kind of while I'm writing it, so that, you know, when the time comes that it comes to being released, if it is released, then how can I get it in the hands of readers? And I thought, well, market it, you know, do what I do on YouTube. And so I started looking at it and I thought, well, what's the best way to get out of this? And what I've done is I've come across a video, which this is my video, which is called AuthorTube Newbie, which is from me, which was I believe it was invented by somebody called Jenna Streety. I'll put her link in the comment underneath, which she gives a set of questions. So I'm going to be posing up these questions and answering them as best as I can, really because I want to get involved in the AuthorTube community. But at the same time, I'm really excited. I mean, you'll get a lot of the answers from the questions that have been posed as well. And then obviously if you've got any comments, anything like that, then, you know, feel free to comment. But this is going to be a completely separate series of videos in regards to the book that I'm going to be writing. So exciting times. I've put it out there, so I guess I'm going to have to do it. Alright, so there is, I think it's about 12 or 13 questions. So I'm going to go through the questions one by one, publish the video, and then there's going to be another series of videos coming out in the very near future. How regular, I'm not sure what they're going to be about. It's going to be about a few different things, but let's look at the question. So the question number one is, what is your book's pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favourite.
I don't know that one.
Oh my God, Alexa. I'm not going to edit this video either, so let's just pretend that never happened. So we'll start again. What is your book's pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favourite. So I don't have anything else in the pipeline at the moment, and the idea came to me, it was like the other day, and it was based on something that happened to me when I bought my first house here in Bulgaria. And the book's pitch is basically, it's going to be, I think it's going to be an LGTB book, and it's about two gay men who are not together. They are housemates, they're both professionals, and basically they decide that they want to buy a house in Ireland. They've seen this house in Ireland, which is like kind of a stately home, and they decide that they want to buy it, so they put a bid on it and they win, only to find out that it's not a house and it's the complete wrong house that they got, and in fact it's a castle. Um, so that's the pitch. It's going to be a comedy. I've got some really good ideas of some characters. One of the characters I've got is called Madame Zoga, who is this Russian lady who's into tarot and things like that. And she's kind of dressed something like out of the 1920s, but she's kind of middle-aged and very, very funny. So this is the kind of concept of the book. Question 2 is, if you were a book, how would you pitch yourself? I would say you need to read me for side-splitting fun and laughter. It's to be thoroughly entertained from start to finish is how I would answer that. Question 3 is, what do you usually write? Well, I've been writing all different kinds of things, like ever since I can remember. But the thing is that when I've written, it's not very often that I've written things where I've went from start to finish. I've just tried like different things and then thought, no, it's because I probably lack confidence and things like that. The one thing I did finish, obviously, which was the book, which was a murder mystery, which was terrible. And I did think about writing a long murder mystery novel, but maybe I'll do that in the future. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do that or not. It's definitely something that I do enjoy reading and enjoy watching, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Question 4 is, what's something you'll never write? Probably would be non-fiction. So I'm not really a person who likes to educate other people. I don't feel that I'm worthy of educating other people. So although I do like things like videos about my life here, living in Bulgaria, it's not something that I would actually write about. So non-fiction doesn't appeal to me, whereas fiction is great because you can take, for instance, I don't know, like say Oliver Twist, the Artful Dodger's second cousin, and have him dating a character out of Jane Austen, and in a fictional land, and set it in a year that you completely want to set it in, and just make up this amazing story. So something I'll never write is definitely non-fiction. Question 5 is, what's your goal for starting an AuthorTube channel? Well, what I want to do is a number of different things. So I want to go right back to basics with this at the end of the day. I want to kind of share with the viewers and say, look, this is how the writing's going, this is my word count, what my highs are, what my lows are, what I've learned. A lot of the things that I see on YouTube, but the thing is, as well, as why I want to do the series is because I don't see a lot of people who publish their journey from start to finish. But I'm seeing a lot of useful content, and it's along the same lines with the thoughts that are already in my head. So it kind of makes me think, well, yeah, you're on the right lines. You're going to do the right thing. So now is the time really to get started with doing that. But my goal is basically to make new friends. I don't want to be somebody with an ego and kind of say, oh, well, I'm never going to contact my readers and this and the other. I really want to be in complete support of the people who support me and read the work that I do, which is something, that I want to be as part of the AuthorTube channel. Question 6 is, what made you want to start writing? Do you know what it is? I think there is an author, I can't remember her name, but she wrote the most astonishing stories when I was young, and I want to say Jacqueline Wilson. I don't think it was Jacqueline Wilson, but it was somebody like that. And she would do these stories, and she came to the school one day and she told about these stories that she'd done. One was about a mother who told the son off because he had not got any toothpaste. She sent him out and he went to this local shop and found out that he asked for toothpaste, but he ended up getting this thing called toothpaste. And whether somebody brushed their teeth with it, they were, all they could do was tell the truth. They couldn't tell a lie. And she kind of talked about things like, how she would listen to old women talking and get some of her stories, the ideas, from women, old ladies speaking to each other. She would get these really good story ideas. And she said, that there was everybody was able to get into writing and, into book writing and things like that. And it's always just stuck with me, and I've done little bits here and there, but nothing that I've been madly passionate about, apart from this idea that I've got at the moment. Question 7, what's your publishing path? I would say definitely would be the self-publishing route. The only reason being is because one of the things with me is I lack confidence. So I don't think I would have the confidence to put a book out there. I did with the last one. As I say, I rushed it and things like that. And whilst the publisher said that the concept was interesting, it wasn't for them. It was just one publisher. And I just think the self-publishing might be a better route for me because it's something that I'm in more control of. But who knows, maybe after gaining the confidence, I could go down a traditional publishing route if they'll have me. But there's other aspects to that as well, which, I've been doing research on, which will be in future videos. Question 8 is, what content do you bring to the AuthorTube table? Well, what I would say is the content that I bring is going to be open and honest. It's going to be all about my findings, what I've learned, my ups, my downs, my highs, my lows, everything basically to do with it. I just want to make people laugh. I want people to share in how I'm feeling. I just want to make it real, real raw content. I don't want to be one of these people who edit every 5 seconds of every other word where they get something wrong. You'll find that a lot of my videos are not edited purely down to the fact that I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to edit, which is, another thing. So what you see with me is what you get, guys. Question 9 is, what is your biggest writing struggle? Again, it goes down to a confidence thing with me. My biggest writing struggle is where I tell myself I am not good enough to do this, and nobody wants to read my work, etc., etc. I'm not trying to put on a pity me. I'm just trying to be open and honest here. So my biggest struggle is with myself, which then affects my writing, it's horrible because I do a job which involves writing as well, and I am terrible. If anybody were to critique me and say you are the world's worst writer, it would kill me. But I don't honestly think that I am. I just think that I tell myself this far too often. Question 10, what is your best writing skill? My best writing skill, I don't think I've got enough experience to say that I've got the best writing skill, other than I tend to write down things as soon as they enter my head. So any sort of idea or anything like that, I write it down so that I can kind of add it to a story. It tends to be where I've got the iPad near me, and then I'll see something or hear something, I'll be like, Oof, and then I'll write it down. So I've got some pages and pages of notes with just a load of different notes, which I try to decipher from. So my best writing skill is always capturing information where I can use in future stories. Let's have a look. So the next question is question 11, which is, if you're new to AuthorTube, what is your biggest AuthorTube question? What my biggest AuthorTube question would be is to the fellow others of AuthorTube, I guess would be, what was your main reason for joining AuthorTube? Was it for the intent of writing a story of getting it published, or was it to meet friends, or what was it? Why did you choose to join AuthorTube? Am I on the right lines here, or am I going somewhere where I shouldn't be going? There's going to be people here who are a lot more experienced than what I am, so I take myself that you guys are the teachers, I'm the student, so I really need to take it from you guys. Question 12 is, are you looking for any new channels to follow, betters, CPs or other types of writer buddies? If so, tell us who you're looking for, connect with them in the comments. Yeah, I'm always on the lookout for fellow writers. I don't actually think I have. I think I've got one friend who I know that I wrote a book, who's also wrote a book. And that was purely nothing to do with this. So anybody who's into comedy or LGBT, or anybody who could be seen as supportive and who wants to maybe critique in the nicest possible form, anybody like that, I'm always welcome to. Anybody, I'm not asking to be taken by the hand, not at all, but anybody that kind of says, hey, you know what, that was really good, but if you did this, this would be so much better and blah, blah, blah. Where they can really help me in the darkest parts of this writing process, to where I'll be like, you know what, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do here, help me out, give me some advice, what would you do if you were in my situation? That's the kind of people that I'm looking for. People that I can get to meet online and maybe, have friendships for years to come. I would like to do very much like that. And the last question, question 13, what are you most excited during this new fresh start on AuthorTube? I would say is meeting all the new people out of it, who are going to keep me on the right path, make me feel accountable, encourage me, etc. That's really what I'm looking forward to with this series. So I'm excited, I really am. And I did this video on a whim. I was going to plan it and everything, and I thought there's no better time than doing it than when it's unplanned, because these thoughts just come from my head and it's kind of the things that I've been thinking of, but I just wanted to be open and brutal and honest. So again, I just want to send a thank you to Jenna Streety, who, if she was the founder of this, it's a very, very good idea. I hope that she has a chance to be able to watch this video. I hope that, other fellow authors are going to have a chance. I hope that you guys are going to find this interesting, this journey. And I hope you like the initial concept of the book. And I will keep you all posted very soon. So thanks for watching, guys, as always, and I will see you soon on officially part 1 of my AuthorTube. And then I'll let you know how it's going. Okay, that'll be soon. Alright, until next time. Bye for now, guys. Bye.